All right, everybody, welcome to it. This is the show where we talk about business and business financing. Welcome to Strictly Business with your host, DJ Sparks, and also James Wilson today. What's going on, James? How you doing, man?
Not a whole lot. Doing good. Doing great.
All right. All right, well, let's dive right into it. Let's go into a recap of last week's show, just in case some people may have missed it. We still have the video up on our Facebook page as well, so you can log on to DJ Sparks, DIJSPARKX, and we'll repost last week's video too if you have any questions on what we talked about last week. And we're going to dive into some new things this week. But James, let's go ahead and give a little recap about last week.
Yeah, perfect. So James Wilson again, Advanced Credit Group. I'm the president and owner of the company. www.advancedcreditgroup.com. Phone number 855-357-3336. James at advancedcreditgroup.com. Just want to make sure you get that information now. So really just kind of recapping what we discussed last week, DJ Sparks here, was business credit and really the 4 steps to building business credit. So I just want to do a quick review for maybe some of the individuals that didn't have a chance to catch that video and hadn't seen it. But really go online, you can download the 4 free steps to building business credit on my website there and get that. And really just the 4 steps there. Step 1 is going to be building business credibility, right? So we talked about registering with the Secretary of State in your state. We talked about getting an EIN number for your business, which is free on the IRS.gov website. Okay. Next is going to be actually getting a business address, like a physical address. Regis is a good example of that. And once again, a business phone number, right? And you can go through eVoice, Grasshopper are some examples of that. And really getting that business phone number registered with 411 is going to be the key there. And the last thing is on step 1 is going to be establishing a business website and business email address. And that's going to wrap up really the business credibility piece.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, then the second step, really quick, is obtaining and monitoring your business credit reports. Very important. Once again, you have Dun & Bradstreet, you have Business Experian, you have Business Equifax. And we have a program that we have as well that you can monitor your Dun & Bradstreet and Business Experian at a really low cost also.
Okay.
Step 3 is going to be building that vendor credit. And that's to really start, is really those starter vendors to get your credit in line. The Net 30 type of accounts, Uline, Granger, Quill are just some examples of really where you can start to obtain that type of credit. And once again, this is obtaining financing underneath your EIN number and not your social security number. Okay, which is pretty key. And then the last step, step 4, is really going to start obtaining revolving accounts. These are going to be revolving store accounts. So we're talking about Amazon business. We're talking about Walmart, Best Buy, Sam's Club, Costco. And then from there, then you'll start to obtain and start to apply for we like to call our cash cards or the revolving Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. But really the key is you need to take care of step 1, 2, 3, and 4 before you jump up in there, before you jump to those Visa, MasterCards, American Express cards, unless you're okay with personally guaranteeing that financing.
Okay. I got you. All right. Well, for those of you just tuning in, once again, welcome to Strictly Business. Your host, DJ Sparks, here with James Wilson. And we just did a recap of last week's show. So, James, let's get into some personal credit. Now, let's talk about some personal things about how you can obtain some credit through there.
Yeah, perfect. So really when it comes to financing on the personal side, I definitely wanted to touch on the personal because it does come into play and you can definitely utilize good personal credit to get more financing and to get better rates, things of that nature. So I definitely want to touch base just really quickly on personal credit as well as the personal loans that we offer with our company as well. So the very first thing that everyone wants to understand when it comes to personal credit is that actually there's 5 categories. You got payment history, which actually makes up about 35% of your total personal credit score. So that's 35% already. So just kind of taking a quick dive into that. Payment history, paying your bills on time is the number one thing that you want to do when it comes to your personal credit. Just because it impacts it so bad. You make a late payment, it's going to really impact your credit initially really hard. You're going to get a hard hit on your credit score itself. The second part is your credit utilization, which is 30%.
Okay.
So if you just add those two factors in already, you're talking about 65% of your credit score, personal credit score, right, is made up of your payment history and your credit utilization. Now, when I talk about credit utilization, I'm talking about your revolving credit cards per se. Okay. So if you have two credit cards that you have $500 on each, and you use $250 of each card. Now you have $500 outstanding on a $1,000 limit. Your credit utilization is going to be 50%.
Wow.
Okay. Or another example, you have one card for $1,000, and you use $500 on that card. You're going to be at a 50% utilization on that card.
Okay.
And you really want to be under 30%. Because anything over 30% is going to start negatively impacting your personal credit score.
Even if you pay it back?
Even if you pay it back. And you need to understand that your credit actually changes throughout the entire month. It may not change on a daily basis, but every couple of days, maybe a week, you can see it change depending, for example, on that, your utilization on your credit cards. So if you're using a credit card and you max it out really quick to buy a TV, you can definitely guarantee in a week or two it's going to negatively impact your credit score, and your credit score is going to go down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Even if you pay the credit back, it's still going to go down. But well, because they see an excessive use.
Yeah, they call it excessive use, but also because it almost looks like you're hard on money. You're hard for money right now. So you're depending on your credit cards to really pay bills and to pay for gas and food and things of that nature. So they kind of watch that. So that's why it impacts your credit score at such a large amount. So once again, that's 65% with your payment history and your credit utilization. The next one is going to be your length of credit history, which is 15% of your personal credit score. So once again, we're talking about credit cards. So I have a lot of my clients that have credit cards from 10, 20 years ago. And they ask me, I don't really use this card. I have $10,000 and I don't use it. Should I close it? And the answer is no. You don't ever want to close cards or accounts, revolving accounts that you had for years. You want to keep those open because it really shows the length of history and you being able to keep that credit line in place. So 15% of your personal credit score, once again, is your length of history. We have 20% left over now, and those two compose of your credit mix, which is going to be credit cards, your mortgage, car loans, student loans, things of that nature come into what they call the credit mix. So 10% of that is made up into your credit score. The last piece that we all may know about is credit inquiries, and those are hard credit inquiries. Pulling your credit is not going to damage your credit at all. You're not going to lose any points by pulling your credit. If you pull your credit reports, I apologize about that. So if you go on to my website, there's a link on our personal loans page where you can actually pull your credit reports, all three bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, and you can pull all three bureaus for free for 1 week. And you can have your credit scores and know where you stand on each of them, and that does not negatively impact your credit score. But you want to keep those credit inquiries down as much as possible. Make sure that you don't have companies and vendors that are pulling your personal credit a lot. You just want to keep those inquiries down. So that's 100% of it. But I want to make sure that we touch base on the personal credit because it is so important. Not just when you're talking about buying a car and what kind of rate you're going to get with your car, or buying a home and your interest rate in your home, or credit card interest rates as well. Things of that nature. Credit scores on the personal side are just as important as your business score. And I always like to tell a lot of my clients that I speak with, how's your personal credit? We want to not utilize that if we don't have to, or if I have a client that has not so great personal credit, I definitely advise them, take a look at some of these credit repair companies and look into repairing your credit because it can play an important factor in your life today, but also down the road in the future, it does actually play a role as well.
All right, so let's get into a little bit of personal loans. What about those personal loans, man? Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so something we do as well is that we offer personal loans, and that the reason why, once again, I want to talk about personal credit as well as the personal loans that we offer on our website. Once again, you can take a look at that. Is that a lot of my clients, what they do if they have outstanding credit card usage, right? You can wrap that up into a personal loan. So what that does, for an example, you have $10,000 worth of credit card debt out there. If you continue to make that minimum payment, I believe it'll take you 15 years to actually pay that balance off incomplete. So a lot of people only make the minimum payment, they continue to carry a balance month to month, and they end up paying those finance charges.
Yeah.
Okay, so the credit card companies out here are getting rich on that.
Oh, I can imagine.
But the part where the personal loans comes in at is what you do is you get a personal loan, and really a credit score as low as a 620. We can take a look at your credit and see if we can get you into one of these loans. And what it does, it actually consolidates all that revolving debt, right, that credit utilization into an installment loan. So what happens is your credit utilization goes down, your credit score goes up, because now you're wrapping it up. And it's an installment loan, so it's not considered credit utilization in terms of revolving debt.
So you're telling me, in other words, you can get an installment loan that can help improve your credit?
It will, depending on how much revolving debt you have, it can dramatically improve your credit score.
Wow.
And a lot of people don't know about that, and they just have, for that example, $10,000 worth of revolving credit card debt out there that they're paying on every month, and the plan is to pay it off.
Yeah.
But also, if they're only making a minimum payment, if they're not, making large chunks of payments, they'll never get that paid off, within the next 4 or 5 years. You can get an installment loan, wrap it all up, and in that installment loan, you can pay it off anywhere from 3 to 5 years, and it's easier to budget for as well. So you might have a payment of $500 per month, but hey, that $500 a month, I'm gonna do this for the next 3 years, and I'm done with that debt, which is great. But once again, the bigger piece of it with your personal credit score is that credit utilization goes way down.
Gotcha.
Way down. Your credit score immediately goes up.
Wow.
Immediately. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's a unique way to get credit, or at least improve your credit.
Oh yeah, that is one of the easiest ways. And once again, because credit utilization impacts your personal credit score at such a big impact. Okay, when you bring that down to zero by consolidating it, it boosts it immediately.
Wow.
Immediately. And so just some of the personal loans that we offer and that we talk to our clients about, range from $25,000 to $200,000, depending on those needs. Just some of the things that, that my clients are aware of, and anyone that might be interested that needs to be aware of. The rates are as low as 5.49%, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Just depending, once again, on your credit score. A minimum FICO score of 620 is needed.
Okay.
And you need to have a job, of course, and be able to prove income with a minimum of about $40,000 per year.
Okay, so that's about how much per hour?
Usually about hour, so about $20 an hour. What you're looking at there.
Oh.
$20 an hour. Usually, if you just double your hourly pay, that'll tell you what you make a year.
Yeah, I got you.
$17 an hour, you're looking at $34,000 a year.
Gotcha.
Things of that nature.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, we'll be right back right after these messages. We're going to take a look, matter of fact, at some of the ways you can do some business credit, and also some of the ways that, the business financing can help improve your business, or if you're trying to get into, building your credit. We're going to take a look at some of those videos right now, and then we'll come back and we're going to talk a little bit more about business credit financing right here on Strictly Business with your host, DJ Sparks and James Wilson.
The Business Finance Suite is the most comprehensive business financial solution available today. Through the Finance Suite, you can build credit for your business that's linked to your EIN number, not your Social Security number. This business credit doesn't require a personal credit check or personal guarantee for approval, even if you are just starting your company, and even if you have no collateral or cash flow. And with the Finance Suite, you can also get business financing including loans and credit lines. The suite is actually the only system that combines both business credit and financing to ensure you secure the most amount of money. The Business Finance Suite demystifies the business credit building process by providing you 7 simple steps to build your business credit to obtain high-limit revolving store and cash credit cards quickly. Throughout your Finance Suite journey, you'll only be exposed to the information that's pertinent to you and your business, so you can enjoy a fully customized experience while progressing quickly through your business credit building and financing adventure. In your first step, we help you ensure your business is set up credibly to meet credit issuer approval standards before you even apply. When building business credit, the company name, phone number, address, website, and all other information you enter on your business application must meet credit issuer standards to get approved. By knowing what credit issuers are looking for, you can easily ensure you meet that criteria to have the best chance of approval. Once we help your business pass the credibility test, you can search to see if your business is listed with the business credit reporting agencies already and learn how your business credit reports and scores really work. By understanding your Experian and Equifax commercial credit, as well as your Dun & Bradstreet reports, you'll know how your business credit data is aggregated and learn how to easily build and control your business credit scores. Through the Finance Suite, you'll even get assistance with setting up your free DUNS number with Dun & Bradstreet and get access to free Experian Smart Business data to monitor your business credit building in real time. You'll be able to easily set up paid credit monitoring with the 3 major business reporting agencies if you want even more details about your business credit profiles. You can even fix credit inaccuracies right through the Finance Suite, helping ensure you keep a good business credit profile even if you have blemishes reporting now. The Business Finance Suite provides you with an easy-to-follow, streamlined way to build your business credit. You can get approved with vendor accounts right away, who will issue you initial credit, and sources that report your credit to the business credit reporting agencies, not the consumer agencies. These sources will approve you even with no prior business credit established, and even if you are a brand new startup business, and they offer products and services you'll want and need to grow your business. The Finance Suite also provides you access to a large supply of startup vendors to set up your initial business credit profile and score. And you'll even be able to see which reporting agency each account reports to and the credit issuer's actual underwriting guidelines, so you'll know you can be approved before you even apply. Your business credit profile and score can be established in 60 days or less. Then you are able to use your newly established profile to get approved for real revolving accounts at major stores, all without a personal credit check or guarantee required. Get approved for credit at places like Walmart, Best Buy, Amazon, Dell and Apple, Chevron and BP, Lowe's and Office Depot and Staples, Sam's Club and Costco, and many more. As you start to get approved for revolving store credit, you'll also be able to obtain actual fleet and cash credit with sources including Visa and MasterCard. Approval limits on business credit accounts are typically 10 to 100 times higher than that with consumer credit. So it's common to receive approvals of $5,000, $10,000, or even higher very quickly. And with the Business Finance Suite, you get access to the most cutting-edge technology available for business credit building. Plus, you receive concierge coaching from our certified business advisor team, who helps you each step of the way. Plus, you can obtain business loans and credit lines through our vast network of lenders and investors. Most business owners go to their bank when they need money, but according to the Department of Revenue, less than 2% of all business funding actually comes from conventional lenders. Most funding comes from specialized alternative lending sources. This means that even though there is a lot of money available for business owners now, most entrepreneurs just don't know where to go to get it. The Business Finance Suite solves the cash access problem that most business owners face by connecting you with lending sources that offer almost every legitimate business funding product available today. In the Finance Suite, you simply enter your basic business information, and then our cutting-edge technology cross-checks your info against guidelines of an arsenal of investors and lenders to uncover all funding you can qualify for right now. We develop your finance blueprint, and then your own certified finance officer walks you through all of your available funding options and oversees all aspects of the funding process for you. The Finance Suite plugs you into asset-based lenders who offer you rates of 5% or lower, even if you have credit issues. If you have collateral such as a 401k, stocks, inventory, even equipment, you can be approved. You'll also have access to cash flow-based funding programs that can help you get financing if you have consistent revenue going through your bank account now. You can be approved with no collateral and with a FICO score as low as 500. With good credit, you can be approved for even more unsecured financing that doesn't require revenue or collateral. This type of financing is no doc and perfect for businesses that are just getting started or can't provide financials. If you have collateral, consistent cash flow, or good credit, you might qualify now for business financing. And even if you don't have any of these, you can still obtain business credit. And the Finance Suite plugs you into major private investors and alternative SBA sources who can offer you long-term 10-year loans and credit lines if you have financials. You can be approved for $10,000 in funding or millions of dollars in funding based on your own unique scenario. And short-term and long-term financing are both available where you can get your money quickly. The Business Finance Suite solves the cash access problem, getting you unprecedented access to business funding and credit. And you are provided with concierge service for 5 years from your own certified finance officer who's just a call away when you need them, and someone who strives to get you the most money at the best terms. Contact us today to get your own finance suite for your business so you can obtain business credit that's linked to your EIN number, not your Social Security number, and get access to business loans and credit lines to start and grow.
Strictly Business right here with your host DJ Sparks and Mr. James Wilson here, where we talk about business financing, business credit, everything strictly business. And as you've seen, those videos there, we're talking a little bit about, the business credit and the business finance and how you can get into it, and explaining a little bit about, what James does with the business. So advertisers, if you want to advertise on this show, that's an opportunity for you as well. When we take a break in here, we can plug in your advertising spots as well for this particular show. This show gets about 200 to 300 views each time, and you guys can also leave your comments for James or myself, and we can answer those questions on our next segment of show that comes on every single Thursday from 7:30 to 8:30. All right, so let's get into this business credit financing here, James. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the financing that we're going to discuss now is going to be the business financing that you will be personally guaranteeing. So as I mentioned in the last show as well, I was a business banker for a number of years with a large national bank here in Colorado. And with them, I actually was one of the leading business bankers in Colorado in terms of lending. So with that, when you go into a bank, and I always just kind of mention that as well first and foremost, because once again, the banks actually nationally only do about 2% of the entire loans and lending throughout the entire industry. A lot of lending is done by various alternative lenders besides that. So the banks do a very, very small portion of the lending out there. And I tell a lot of my clients the last place you want to go is actually to a bank to get a loan. And the reason why I say that are what I call the 3 C's. That's credit, cash flow, and collateral. Okay? And just kind of touching base on that really fast. It's going to be your credit. They're going to take a look at the personal credit of anyone that is 20% or more of an owner in the business. Okay, so if it's you and your wife and your brother, and everyone has 33% in the company equally, everyone in that company needs to be on the loan. And that can sometimes be detrimental. To the wife and husband might have great credit, 750, and the brother, he has a 540. That's going to get that company declined for financing. So you can see the credit piece is very, very important. And that's why in our first segment, I want to touch on the personal credit, because I don't want people to forget about personal credit. It still is very, very important to make sure that your personal credit is in line. A lot of my clients, some of my clients don't have excellent credit or good credit, and we're still able to get the financing by following in the program that we offer with the Business Finance Suite.
Okay.
And just really quick as well, I have a client, I spoke to you, DJ Sparks, earlier
Yeah.
today. I have one of my new clients that we just had a conversation yesterday,
Okay.
pulled his personal credit reports, and this is for one of my retail clients in the Aurora, Colorado area, which is great because I live in Aurora, so I like to support the Aurora area.
All right.
And we got him pre-financed, or pre-qualified, I should say, for $30,000 to $40,000 of financing for his business.
With bad credit?
He has good credit.
Oh, yeah, it's good
But
credit.
that's
Okay.
why I mentioned the good credit
I
initially,
got you.
to make sure that people understand. So the credit we're going to be talking about now is going to be mostly that type of business credit that you're going to need personal credit to be somewhat decent. Most of it is about a 650, 680 and above. But anything better than that, over a 700, is definitely going to get you some financing for your business. So once again, that's why I mentioned the personal credit in the very first segment, because I want individuals that do have personal credit and good personal credit and don't mind personally guaranteeing financing to understand that you can get financing really, really quickly. So we got this gentleman in Aurora. Once again, he pre-approved for $30,000 to $40,000 off the bat. We know we can get that financing for him, and we'll probably be able to double that as well if he's interested in $60,000 to $80,000.
Nice.
So yeah, so you talk about expanding your business. Once again, personal credit can lead a great way into that. If you want to build your business credit, you're looking at 6 to 8 months of continuously and really working on building your business credit. If you have poor credit, or if you don't want to personally guarantee your good credit, you did a business credit building program that we offer, and 6 to 8 months later, now you're looking at getting some of that financing through the Visa, MasterCard, American Express type financing.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So
Yeah.
I know with a lot of the credit card companies, like when you're buying a house and all this stuff, it takes a big hit on the economy per se, as far as the current state of the economy, because we got into, I know a couple of years ago, we got into a big issue with the housing and with the credit and things like that. So say you got that type of issue on your credit, but it's not really affecting your credit score that bad. You still got like a 620 or whatever, but you got this housing problem on your credit. Will that affect you being able to get a loan with your company?
Possibly.
Okay.
Depending on, once again, the credit report, and once again, you can go onto my website and click on our personal loan page, and you can pull all 3 credit bureaus, which is really, really cool. And I always recommend everyone do that, just to see where your credit is standing at today, so you really know kind of where you're at.
Okay.
But what I mentioned before is there's a lot of different credit repair companies out there that I would definitely recommend going out. A friend that had a bankruptcy. I think he was about 5 or 6 years into his bankruptcy, and he got that bankruptcy removed off his credit report, which would have been there for 10 years.
Wow.
5 years later, he gets it removed by using these different credit repair companies out there.
Yeah.
So that's what you really want to focus on that. If you have poor credit, or I would say if you have anything below a 700, take a look at somebody's credit. Depending on if you have any derogatory items on your credit report, I should say as well. Take a look at some different credit repair companies out there and ask a few questions to see what they do, what they charge, and really start to improve your credit score. Once again, as I mentioned, making your credit payment history is number one. So if you're not paying your bills on time today, don't waste your time trying to pay a credit repair company to remove items off your credit report. But if you're paying everything on time right now, maybe you had a few lates that you had 8 years ago, right, when this whole our economy was going through a recession there, or you had a foreclosure on your house, or you had a bankruptcy that really encompassed everything into that. Take a look at that. If you're paying your bills on time and you want to see the results of having good credit, they say having good personal credit actually is healthy as well. You actually eat better food. You're able to put your kids in better schools. You're able to live in better communities.
Drive a better car.
Drive a better car, yeah, exactly. But that's what personal credit can do for you. So I know we're talking about business credit, and that's what I specialize in.
Yeah.
But I always make sure that my clients understand, the benefits of really having good credit.
Gotcha.
And if there's some derogatory items on your credit report, but you're paying things on time, repair your credit.
Yeah.
And it can literally change your life.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So some of the things that we'll just talk about now are going to be the different kinds of business credit financing.
All right.
So the biggest one and the most commonly used one is going to be the unsecured credit lines. And those are normally credit cards is what that comes down to.
Okay.
So we have a lot of our clients that come to us and they're looking for unsecured financing. Maybe they don't have inventory. Maybe they don't have any accounts receivables, equipment that they can lean on as well.
Okay.
As I mentioned, the 3 C's is the big part when you think about financing. You're thinking about credit. How is your personal credit? Once again, we're talking about credit that you get when you have good credit.
Gotcha.
Okay. Building business credit is for those individuals, once again, that may not have good credit and want to utilize their EIN number and not their social security number.
Gotcha.
Or for individuals that have good credit and they don't want to personally guarantee and don't want their personal credit pulled.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so right now we're talking about business credit financing for individuals that actually have good credit and are okay with personally guaranteeing. You're gonna hear a term PG, stands for personal guarantee, that don't mind personally guaranteeing this type of financing. But the most common use of this type of financing is going to be that unsecured credit lines, revolving credit cards. Once again, that's what we did for our client literally today. Is we have unsecured financing for him that we're able to have access to, which is great for him.
Yeah.
So really quick, once again, just revolving credit cards is what that comes out to. We're able to go from anywhere from $10,000 up to about $150,000
Wow.
of credit that we can have clients be approved for. Once again, depending on your personal credit is what we're building off of.
Sure.
But the nice thing about this, once again, is this is business credit that does not report on your personal credit bureaus.
Okay.
So how huge is that?
That's huge.
You got $50,000 that you could be using to really fund and expand your business, and it's not touching your personal credit report at all.
Wow.
It's not touching your personal credit utilization on credit cards, and it's not being reported. Now, it will be reported if you're delinquent on that.
Gotcha.
So if you decide, hey, I have $50,000 outstanding, and I don't want to pay it anymore, or some unforeseen event happens, then they will report that because you did personally guarantee it back to your personal credit bureaus. Okay. But the biggest thing about that is that it doesn't report there, and so that really takes care of a lot of issues some clients have.
Gotcha.
Once again, for that type of financing, unsecured credit lines, you're looking at a 680 and above personal credit score. And once again, your personal credit reports are needed. My website, you can go pull them for free there.
Gotcha.
So that's pretty key as well. The second type of lending that we'll talk about is going to be our business revenue lending. Really, that's based on bank statements. So they want to see anywhere from 3 to 6 months of bank statements to see what's actually coming into your business account.
Okay.
And based upon that, we're able to take a look at lending and saying, okay, we have financing that's coming into the business, and we can lend 25, 30, 50,000 based upon what we see coming through the business statements themselves.
Gotcha.
With that, you can actually have a lower credit score of 500. So it has to be a 500 credit score or above. So for those individuals that have maybe a lower credit score personally, but are bringing money through the business and through their bank, that's a great option for them to get financing as well.
Wait a minute, hold up.
Yeah.
You said, hold it, 500 credit score or above, and you can get between 5K and 500.
Correct, between 500 and 5,000 to 500,000.
With your company.
Yeah.
Man, you finna have everybody and their mama.
So once again, these are the different financing vehicles that are out there.
Okay.
My company offers them. You're going to see banks that do the same exact thing as well.
Okay.
But definitely give us a call or give us a call or email. We can definitely talk about that as well.
Absolutely, man. I shall be calling.
That'd be great. So the next type of financing we're looking at here is going to be your what they call merchant advance financing.
Okay.
So what they're doing is they're actually looking at your merchant sales, so your credit card sales.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And they're basing it upon your credit card sales to get you financing. Once again, same thing. $1,000 is available up to $500,000 in terms of lending, available financing for those type of companies that qualify for that. And again, 500 credit score, personal credit score above can get you approved for that type of financing.
Wow.
That's your merchant advance financing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is some of that? What is the cost that may incur for the company? Like, say, I have like a 540 credit score or something like that, and I want to get into one of these programs, what would that cost to your company? Or or that's something that you would talk about personally with it?
Yeah, because everyone's situation is
It's
different.
different.
And that's the key. It really depends on your credit score, your overall credit score, and then once again, depending on the different lending vehicle that we're talking about there.
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna base it upon what you're actually showing your business doing.
Okay.
And that's why I mentioned the unsecured business revolving credit cards that we offer. It is really the number one most common because some individuals are brand new. They don't have the bank statements showing income flowing into the business, right?
Gotcha.
They don't have the merchant card services showing transactions coming into the business. You know, things of that nature. That's why I always mention the unsecured because that's where a lot of the new startups, they're looking for financing to build and grow their business today. And that's the easiest way to get that done.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So the next one we'll talk about is going to be their accounts receivable lending. And once again, that's going to be based on your accounts receivables. What do you show on books that show that you have, services and products out there that you're waiting to receive payment on?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's huge right now. I had a client as well. We had a windshield repair company here in Colorado. That we did some financing for, and with that it was based upon their accounts receivables. They were working with insurance, so everyone knows how insurance works. They would come, they would have a windshield that they would repair, they would go ahead and charge the insurance company.
Yep.
Well, the insurance company would take anywhere from 3 weeks to a month for them to actually receive payment for that service. That can kill a business in terms of cash flow. So them showing us their accounts receivable, hey, we have this that we're waiting to get paid on. We're able to lend against that in terms of financing. It can get that working capital. They can pay their employees. They can buy, inventory. They can buy windshields and glass and whatever they need, as well as once the payment comes, now they pay the line back. And that's the nice thing about it. We have lines and loans. I really like lines, credit lines, because you can reuse it again. So if you think even like a home equity line of credit, you could use that. Pay off some credit card debt, pay off a car in general, or whatever you want to do with that, and pay the line of credit back, and now it's available again.
Okay.
So I always stress, lines over loans, unless you're looking to consolidate your personal finances and getting it all into one loan that you kind of have light at the end of the tunnel to be paid off, 3 to 5 years down the road.
Gotcha.
So that's accounts receivable funding. Once again, that's based on their accounts receivables. You're looking at between $5,000 and $20 million available. Now, once again, excuse me, I have this nagging cough. But once again, that is really just based upon what your company has coming in terms of accounts receivables. And with that, no credit score is required.
What?
Yeah.
No, to get 20 million? What? Oh man, I don't know about you, but I'm looking into that. You talking about instant lottery? What?
I heard one lady in South Carolina won $1 billion.
I know, right?
That's too cool. So the next one we'll kind of touch base on is going to be your equipment financing. I really like the equipment financing piece, and I was a big proponent of that when I was in the banking industry itself. The reason why I like it is because you can use equipment financing for used equipment or for new equipment.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so they have a thing called a lease back. So if you have used equipment that you have, you can actually get financing based upon that equipment.
Wow.
And if you think about this, when I talk about the 3 C's, credit, cash flow, collateral, and I need to go back to that as a matter of fact. With equipment, you're talking about the collateral piece.
Okay.
Okay, so let's touch base on those 3 C's and we'll come right back to that. I apologize.
All right.
But the credit, we talked about that. Personal credit has to be in line, has to be excellent, really, when you're talking to a bank. The next part being cash flow. What do you have coming in to show that you can repay that loan? So that's the cash flow piece of it. If you're borrowing $20,000 and you use $20,000, they want to see either you personally, and that's why you're personally guaranteeing it, that you personally have income coming in that can satisfy that payment, okay? Or your business, and that's where the banks want you to come in with 2-3 year business tax returns, profit and loss statements, balance sheets, you name it. It's going to be a lot of information the bank wants you to bring in because they want to see that you actually have the cash flow in order to repay that loan. And then the third piece, as I just mentioned right now, ends up being the collateral piece that they want to see. What can we take from you if you don't pay the loan back.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, and so that's the big piece, and that's why I like equipment, because it really satisfies that collateral piece.
Well, can collateral be like a home, like a RV or car or something like that somebody may have?
You know, it all depends on what that collateral is. Now, you got to understand, things like cars are depreciating assets. So right when you drive off the lot with a car,
ain't worth nothing.
No, it's going down. And even with homes as well, you know, we just talked about the crisis as well. I'll tell you one thing, that when I worked at a bank, our big thing was that we are not in the business of collecting equipment, going after people's homes. Taking your car, taking your kids, you know, whatever it may be.
I know somebody let you have it.
Yeah, I'll give you mine. But that's the biggest piece of it, is that the bank is in the business of lending money, charging interest, and and getting the interest from loans. That's what the bank is about. So equipment financing really takes care of that piece.
Okay.
But with that, once again, existing equipment or new equipment, they can lease back what you already own, or if you want to get equipment financing to purchase new equipment. I had a gentleman that wants to start a larger T-shirt company, and he has some large equipment that he's looking to purchase, to actually design his T-shirts and get them all printed and do it at a bigger level, which is not just your mom and pop shop, you know, in your basement. Kind of deal with. And equipment financing, you're once again $10,000 to about $20 million at financing. 650 personal credit score or above is what we're looking for in terms of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good, man. Wow.
Yep. And we just got a few more, and we'll just kind of go over that as well. And if you have any questions, of course, ask. And for those viewing and watching as well, please submit questions. Give me a call, shoot me over an email. Even if you have a random question just about business or personal, I'm always here to help, so definitely do that.
Yeah, what's the number so they can give you a call?
Yeah, 855-357-3336 is a toll-free direct to me. You can leave a voicemail if I don't answer, and then james@advancedcreditgroup.com is my email address. And you can take a look at our website, and you can actually fill out a form there, and that'll come directly to my email, and I can contact you that way as well.
All right.
Yeah. So the next one that we'll kind of touch base on as well is going to be your retirement account financing. So a lot of people that may have been working for a number of years may have 401k out there or an IRA, and you could utilize that to actually get financing. And there's ways that you can get that rolled over and not pay any of those penalties for rolling over your 401k or your IRAs as well. Some of these you don't see as much as others.
Yeah.
Right. It's kind of the deal. Just really depends on that that individual's situation itself.
Okay.
Securities financing, really quick, of course, it's stocks and bonds. If you own stocks and bonds, you can leverage those as well to get financing for your business. So that's something that some folks do have.
Nice.
Another one I like is going to be your inventory financing. If you have inventory that you have for your business, you can actually utilize that inventory and get financing based upon the inventory.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, all the financing we're talking about right now is not 100% to one. So if you have inventory of really you got to have $1 million of inventory in a warehouse to qualify for that type of financing. And with that $1 million, we're not going to give you $1 million in financing. It's usually going to be about 80 to 90% value of what you have.
So you're only going to get like $200,000 for $1 million worth of stuff?
No, if you have $1 million, so you have to have at least $1 million of inventory in a warehouse to qualify for that type of financing. But if you have $1 million, then we're going to be looking at getting you $800,000.
Oh, okay.
That type of financing.
I got you.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a safety net, sort of, kind of like what it sounds like.
Yeah, and once again, there's no credit requirements on that type of financing as well either.
I got you.
But the biggest thing ends up being that collateral.
Yeah.
Right? Because when you are looking for financing from anyone, whether it's at the bank or any company out there, they're going to want to see skin in the game. And that's why the most common type of financing ends up being that unsecured financing, because individuals don't have inventory, they don't have accounts receivables, they don't have equipment.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just getting started right now.
I don't got nothing.
But if you have really good personal credit,
Yeah.
and you can leverage that personal credit and get financing to really boost your business and give it that cash infusion to really help kick it off and grow it and start expanding it. So it really works well, once again, by having good personal credit.
Gotcha.
Okay? And the last thing that we'll talk about, and a lot of people know about it as well, is going to be your commercial real estate financing.
Uh-huh.
So with that, you're looking for financing anywhere from $75,000 up to 20 million once again. About a 650 and above personal credit score is what we're looking for in terms of that financing. But if there's a commercial building that you got a good deal on, or you think you could, give us a call. We can take a look at it, and we can look at getting you financing based upon the building. Once again, the building is the collateral. So if you start to take a look at some of these things as well, we talk about the credit piece being at 650 or above.
Yeah.
You got the collateral piece, which is the building.
Yeah.
Okay. And now we just got to show cash flow.
Okay.
How are you gonna pay for that?
Yeah.
Is it your personal, your full-time job you have that's gonna help pay for that? Because that's normally what it is, unless you have a business that has been operating, you're able to kind of show tax returns to say, yeah, I'm making another 100,000 based upon the business per year, and I'm going to use that to make the payment on this loan. So.
Okay. All right. So once again, James, thank you so much for coming on to the show again. Once again, every single Thursday from 7:30 till 8:30, we're here to answer questions. Businesses, please hit us up with questions. And also give James a call at the numbers that he mentioned, email, or the website as well. We're here to be able to help you. That's the reason why we created this show. And also, if you want to advertise on this show, what better way to do it than advertise your business on a business-related show? This is talking about anything that can help you with your particular business. And this is, we get about 200 or 300 views on this show just starting out. And that was the first show. So imagine what it's going to be like, 4 or 5 shows down the line. This is going to be, people going to be viewing this like crazy. So businesses, get in right now while rates are low. Get in right now. All right. And if you want to sponsor this show, get in contact with us here as well. And you'll be able to, find out ways of how you can sponsor this show as well. So thank you once again, James. Give out your information one more time, man, so people can know why.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you can always give us a call at 855-357-3336. You can email me at james@advancedcreditgroup.com. And our website is advancedcreditgroup.com. And thank you, Sparks, for having me on the show. I appreciate it and look forward to any questions that anyone out there may have. And thank you so much.
All right, not a problem. Well, we're broadcasting live from the all-new Dragonfire Studios. This is Sparks Radio with your host, DJ Sparks and James Wilson. And this has been Strictly Business. And we'll see you next week.